Would you prefer to be a humorist, a songwriter, a recording artist, sound maker?
Yeah.
If you could only do one thing.
Well, I just want to be an entertainer. I don't know. I'd rather be just a singer, performer.
If you have a chance, you've got to get a chance to see this fellow when he travels around. You have an album coming out, don't you? Is it out now?
They pulled Dang Me out of the album. It was in there.
And the album is called?
Now, he said they pulled Dang Me out of the album. Is that his way of describing that it's a single? And that was released from his, sounds like maybe this is his debut album, right? I mean, Dang Me, I learned, was on his debut album. That must be the... Look at Dick Clark, man. Didn't he live to be like 107? Dick Clark? American Bandstand. I remember watching that. All right, so he's here in support of the debut album. It looks like Dang Me's on it.
Roger and out.
All right. Roger, we'll send you to the autograph table if we may. Okay?
Fine.
Thank you very much. Nice to have you with us. Roger Miller, ladies and gentlemen. We'll join you at the autograph table. We'll be back in just a moment.
When I first got out of the Army and came here, I had to get a job, so reluctantly I took a job. I got a job as a bellhop at the Andrew Jackson Hotel. Well, at night usually I hung around WSM, but one Friday evening at the Frolics, Friday Night Frolics, Johnny Johnson, a guitar player on the Opry and a musician around town, was trying to put a band together. He said that Minnie Pearl was going out. This is right after I'd gotten here, and she was going to do a summer tour of...
Would you look at Minnie? Without the price tag on the hat. Roger Miller and Minnie Pearl. Right on.
Of fairs, and she needed a band, needed a fiddle player. And I said, hey, here I am. I knew a couple of tunes on the fiddle, and I went to work with Minnie Pearl, and Mel Tillis was the guitar player in the band. And
Mel Tillis was the guitar player in the band. This is crazy. And of course, through my country music journey, that's crazy, man. I am completely familiar with everybody that he's talking about, but I hadn't drawn these connections yet. So he started out with Minnie Pearl, and Mel Tillis, who I've reacted to on the channel, was the guitar player in the band. That's crazy.
Minnie and Henry have been dear friends ever since.
He had arrived in Nashville the same time I did. I got a job at Cedarwood, and he got a job at the Andrew Jackson Hotel as a bellhop. And I had met him up there earlier, and he said he's a fiddle player from Amarillo, Texas. And I said, is that right? Yeah, I can play fiddle. And anyway, I found out that I had got the job with Minnie, and she said, well, I need a fiddle player. And I said, I know where one is. And I ran all the way down from the old Cedarwood Company over by Candyland. It was on 7th Avenue. I ran down there to the coffee shop. He was in there, and he had on his little outfit.
7th Avenue. Where do I know that from? Nashville, right? Where all of the production houses were. And they still may be, for all I know. But I remember reacting to a song. I want to say 7th Avenue might have been the title of the song. Female artist? Maybe. Let me know in the comments if I'm way off.
Who was in there?
Roger Miller.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Yeah. Roger Miller was in there. And I said, you said that you could say, could play a fiddle. I said, are you good enough to play in a band? He said, yeah. And I said, well, you want a job? He said, with who? And I said, Minnie Pearl. I said, she's going out for 4 months on the road, and she needs a band for fair dates. And he said, any port in a storm? I said, and he took off out the door. I said, hey, where you going? He said, I'm going to the Andrew Jackson and give him my 2 minutes notice. And we got paid $18 a day.
$18 a day. That's crazy.